Alright. Hey everybody. If anybody can hear me, let me know this is working okay. I'm going to give everybody about a minute or two just to get on here with me. And if y'all can hear me, throw me a heart. Let me know. Thanks, babe. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Kay. Hey, Melissa. Yay, I'm glad it's working. Y'all can hear me okay? Hey, Michael. Just gonna give it about another minute. Let everybody get on here. Thanks, Nicole. Hey, Kristen. Thanks, Melissa. Hey, John. Hey, Dad. Good deal, good deal. Hey, Angie. Kevin. Hey, Dad. Not much. Just waiting. Gonna give it about just a little bit longer. Make sure everybody's logged on. Aw, thanks, Kay. Hey, nerd. Alright, during the video, if y'all are throwing out questions and stuff, I promise I'll go back after it's over and try to answer any questions y'all might have, or any comments that are left, anything like that. So, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. For those of you that read my post yesterday on Facebook, you kind of know a little bit about why I wanted to go live. My post was, it kind of just said, you know, life is short. So that was the main point that I really wanted to get across. And for those of you that didn't read my post, there's a few reasons why I wanted to go live. Part of it is I want to give y'all a little background on myself and my testimony. And I also want to tell y'all about a new adventure that I have that I'm really excited about. So, it was funny because I came up here last night and I sat down and I was kind of writing down some notes and getting ready. And I just got so overwhelmed, but in a great way. I mean, everything was just kind of hitting me about this is God's plan for my life and how everything happens for a reason and everything happens when it's supposed to happen, those sort of things. So, the first reason, like I said, for going live is life is short. And like I said in my post, I can't even put into words what that tiny little phrase means to me. It means so much. There's so much behind just that tiny little bit, life is short. I'm so bad, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm so bad about worrying what people think or worrying what they're going to say or do, and I don't want to be that way. I don't want to live my life like that. It's not a fun way to live. So my thing is stop worrying about what people are going to think. Who cares? Who cares? And my sister, Kara, she's really my inspiration for that because she's always been that way, and I love that about her. She doesn't worry about what people think, and she doesn't care, and I love that. I wish I had just a tiny bit of that. And so that's kind of what I'm working on. That's part of this. So, and, you know, it's your life. It's not their life. So people are going to judge you, whether you're doing something or you're doing nothing. So I want to be doing something. I mean, they're going to judge me either way, so why not be doing something right? So, another thing, a lot of my close friends know this, Clint knows this, but I have a huge fear of public speaking. Hate it. Don't like it at all. So this for me is huge, just so y'all know. I get super, super nervous. I start sweating. I start shaking. Like, I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. And I don't want that to be a fear of mine anymore. So this is kind of like, okay, this is me. I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway, even though I'm nervous. Most of y'all know, if you know me, you know I've done hair for 9 years. I can sit in the salon and talk to my client all day long. It's not a big deal. But you put me in front of a group of people, nope. Shut it down. My face turns red, start sweating, my voice starts trembling. I get so nervous, and I hate it. If y'all have been to our fundraisers, you'll notice that I don't talk a lot on stage because I don't like it. It makes me so uncomfortable. And a lot of the times when I do talk at those events, I cry. So my mom, who is the best ever, she takes care of a lot of that for me because it has always just been a huge fear of mine, which really kind of doesn't make sense because in high school I was in choir and I would sing solos in front of like tons of people, and so I think it's just grown into a fear the older I've gotten, and it's terrible. I hate it. So there's that, and then even like life group at church, there's been so many times that my life group leaders would come to me and say, I really wish you would share your testimony. And it wasn't that I didn't want to. I wanted to share my testimony, but I just couldn't get over the fear of it. So this tonight too is kind of a way for me to get over that fear in itself and kind of share a little bit about y'all, you know, a little bit of my testimony with y'all. And actually be on here saying it. So there's that. Huge fear of public speaking. So now that y'all know that, you'll know if I seem a little nervous, that's why. Okay, second reason why I wanted to go live was to tell y'all, and y'all probably, if you've followed my Facebook at all, you've probably seen me post this a couple of times in the last few days, that God has used my deepest pain in life as a launching pad to my greatest calling. Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna try not to cry. Try to hold it together. But my greatest pain has also created my testimony, and I feel like I have to share that. I have to, which I do in my own way. Writing's easier for me than speaking on it. But that quote, God has used my deepest pain in life as a launching pad to my greatest calling, that sums up my life. I mean, that is it right there. It's so true. So, what exactly does that mean for me? What does it look like? So, and you know, I said I apologize if I cry. I'm not going to apologize because you know what? That's life. That's just part of it. So, I'm not sorry if I cry. I probably will. Y'all just have to hang in there with me. But for those of you that know me, or if you know Clint, or if you know our family, you know Sky. And I posted a little bit about this too, but I was 19 and Clint was 21 when we found out that we were expecting Sky. Our 5-year plan that we had for our marriage quickly turned into like a 1-year plan. And that was kind of when we started to realize and figure out that our plans really don't matter. God has plans of his own. And we've learned that even more so in the last 10 years. So a little bit of the story with Sky, some of you know, but I didn't find out that I was expecting Sky until pretty late. I was pretty far along when I found out, and so when I actually went in for my very first doctor's appointment, because when you call the doctor, they think you're like, 3 weeks or something like that, 3 or 4 weeks, whatever. And so they schedule you out for like a month. And so that's what they did with me. So by the time I went in for my first appointment, Clint and I go in, and we go in, you know, for the ultrasound, and the girl's doing it or whatever, and she's like, well, do y'all want to know what you're having? And y'all, Clint's eyes were like softballs. He looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, well, if you can tell us that already. Like, what? I mean, I know I'm new at this, but I didn't think you could tell that soon. And so I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world is going on? And this is in July. And so the girl is like, well, y'all are going to have a boy, and you're doing November. What? November? Oh, my word. I was surprised Clint didn't pass out. He did good. And then, so we found out that we were having a boy. We found out that I was due in November. And we also found out that Sky had cleft lip. That's a lot of information to take in for anybody. That's a lot of information to take in for first-time parents who are 19 and 21 years old. That's a lot. And so we went through all the emotions of all that. And, you know, once we worked through all that, of course, we were just so excited. I mean, that's a blessing and a miracle. And how could you not be excited? And so we were thrilled. We were so happy. Sky was born on November 24th, 2008. By far the best thing that had ever happened to us. For any of you that have kids, you know, there's nothing like it. You can't explain it until you've been there. But for us, in the blink of an eye, everything was ripped away. All that happiness was gone. And Sky passed away from SIDS when he was 3 months and 3 weeks old. He was in our home. He was in his crib. And I was home alone. Clint was at work. And so, I still have flashbacks of that day. That day is never going to go away in my brain. That pain is never going to go away. It's just something that I will live with forever. Clint and I were in a very dark, a very depressed place for a really long time. I would say probably at least like a good 6 months we were just, it was just really rough. We were living, but we were just going through the motions. I don't even remember a lot of my life from that time period. I don't. It's kind of just a blur. And if you've been through something like that, you can understand. But if you haven't, I mean, it's hard to grasp the pain and what your mind and your heart and your body go through. But thankfully, we both have amazing families. We have amazing friends. And, we have a God that loves us. So if you don't get anything else out of this whole video, know that there is a God that loves you. Because I promise you, if it wasn't for that, we could have so easily fallen through the cracks and fell into that dark, depressing place that we were in. So easily. But in time, after Sky passed away, I started to just have this gut, just this feeling in my gut. I knew that God was calling me to do something, to make a difference, to spread the word about SIDS, to raise awareness, to keep Sky's memory alive. And a lot of people, y'all, don't even know what SIDS is. I mean, we have these fundraiser events every year, and you would be surprised at how many people come to these events and they don't have a clue what SIDS is. So that to me is crazy. And if you don't know what it is, you can't prevent something that you don't know exists. So that is my big thing about, you know, raising awareness and spreading the word and letting people know that it can happen to you. It happened to us. And for those of you that don't know what SIDS is, it's sudden infant death syndrome. Sky was perfectly healthy. He had just been to the doctor. He had had a full checkup. He had to have surgery on his cleft lip, and in order to have surgery like that, you have to be 100% healthy. You can't even have the tiniest little cough in order to have a surgery like that. So that's the crazy thing, is we know for sure that he was healthy. And 11 days after he had his cleft lip surgery is when he passed away. So another thing, you know, about part of my calling that I felt like was creating this fundraiser, this organization that we do, was to reach out to other families, other people that have gone through this. There's so many, and you don't know it until you go through it. And God, I wish I didn't know any of them, because I wish no one ever had to go through this pain. But one of my things is that I wanted to create this place, a place for them to grieve, a place for them to celebrate their baby that they are going to love always, a place to remember them, because that's what it was for us with Sky. Doing these fundraising events helped us keep his memory alive. And so I just wanted to create that for other families and try to be there for them as much as we possibly could in any kind of, even if it's just, I mean, if we've been doing this for almost 10 years with these fundraisers, if we've only reached one person, worth it. Completely worth it. That's it. That's all we needed to do. So, helping people. That's just my calling. That is what God has called me to do, to spread the word about SIDS, to try to be an inspiration for people, to try to be a motivation for people. That's what I want to do. So, getting into kind of my new adventure, and another one of the reasons why I wanted to do this and share with you guys. A few months ago, my friend invited me to do a challenge group with her. And I'll back up just a little bit and say that after Sky passed away, and we found out we were expecting our second baby, and we had Lakin, after we had her, health became a bigger deal to me. Taking care of myself and being healthy. I wanted to be healthy for her, to live a long life for her, and for me too, but I just wanted to be healthy for her and set a good example for her too. Anyway, my health just became a bigger deal for me. Eating better, doing better, all that stuff. So my friend asked me if I would be interested in doing one of her challenge groups. And I already was working out on my own, and so I was like, I don't know, you know, I already do my own stuff. I go to classes, things like that. You know, what is it? And so after talking to her for a while, I ended up agreeing to do it. Okay, I'll do it. You know, I'll try it. Give it a try. What's it gonna hurt? And I did. And I can't even tell y'all what an impact it has had on me. And not just the fitness or the nutrition, but the personal side. I mean, I haven't been doing it that long, y'all, but there's no way that I would be on here on Facebook right now going live if it wasn't for that challenge group that I joined. There's no way. No way. So just that alone. I mean, and just in the past couple of days. But, I mean, it just blows my mind how God works. I mean, everything in your life happens for a reason. Took me a long time to get to the point where I could say that, but I believe it. God has a plan for your life. Period. He does. Whether you believe it or not, that's what I believe. So, we might not understand his plan at the time that everything's happening to us, but eventually you will see the path laid out. And so helping people has helped me too. And, that's just become my calling. It's what I want to do. Spreading the word for SIDS, keeping Sky's memory alive in doing so. But y'all, these challenge groups have just changed everything for me. I'm so inspired on a whole different level. My motivation, I just can't even tell you. But the support that you get is what blows me away. The love that you get is what blows me away. I mean, I love my workout classes. I love doing my workouts, things like that. But, I would go to class and come home and I was on my own. And I hate that. Trying to keep myself motivated, keep myself in check. And, when it came to my eating habits too, that's hard to do. And that's hard to do when you're a mom and you have kids and you have a life, you're busy. It's hard, and it's hard to stay on track. And, I love my husband, but he's not trying to necessarily work out and all that like I am, or take care and all that stuff. So it makes it hard. But he's not there yet. He's getting there. He's working on it. I'll say that. But you just do the best you can. Trying to keep yourself motivated. Trying to keep yourself inspired. You just do what you gotta do. It's hard. It's a struggle. But so after she messaged me, I started the group, started seeing all these women and moms and how encouraging they were for each other and how much love and support they gave each other, and I just had to be a part of it. They post their workouts, their meals, how much water they drink, their mom problems, what's going on in their life, their struggles, venting to each other if they had a bad day. I mean, it's just amazing. But until you've been in one of the challenge groups, it's kind of hard to explain. I hope that y'all can kind of get what I'm trying to say, but you just have to be in it to get it. But anyway, so my new adventure is that I'm going to be starting my own challenge groups. Like I said, my calling in life is to help people, to spread the word about SIDS, to be a motivation and an inspiration for people. I try to do that every day, but this is just going to be a whole nother way that I can do that for people. And Clint, my husband, for those of you that know him, he was even talking about starting a man group. So for all the guys out there, if you want to get involved in a man group, I've got him motivated and excited. So that excites me. He sees how passionate I am and how excited I am and how motivated I have been, and he is like, well, dang, maybe I should do that. So that makes me super happy. I'm kind of already making a difference in his life too. But I'm so excited, and I'm beyond inspired. I can't even tell y'all. And the crazy thing was, whenever I started thinking about going live yesterday, and when I posted on my Facebook that I was going to, and then I came up here and I was kind of working on everything, and I was thinking, and not everybody's going to look at it like this, but I always look at it as a bigger picture and kind of what God has in store for my life, and always try to relate everything back to that and his plan for me, and try to just hone in on that, and I just felt, I was sitting here and I felt like this is it. Like it was almost like I could actually see like him laying down the path brick for brick. This is where you're supposed to go. This is what you're supposed to do. And that to me is so exciting. It's so much more than just a challenge group or whatever. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. I knew after I lost Sky that I was called to help people. I knew that I was supposed to make a difference. I knew that I was supposed to spread the word about SIDS. I had to do that. For me, for Sky, because it was God's plan for my life. But the thing is that through my fundraising organization, you know, I try to do what God's called me to do. I try to reach as many people as I possibly can. But y'all, this for me, these challenge groups, it's going to be a whole nother level of that. All the people that I can reach, all the people that they don't know what SIDS is. It's just combining all of my passion into one thing. And so I thought, I hate public speaking, I don't like it, but how could I not share something like this? That would be selfish. That would be so selfish of me to just keep this to myself and not share how much it's already changed my life, how much it's already inspired me. So I just knew that I had to. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, I can't describe the passion that I feel for this, and I hope y'all are kind of getting a little bit of an idea about it. I wrote some notes, but I'm kind of getting lost, so, and I'm just rambling, and y'all are probably like, oh my gosh, she's crazy, and that's fine. Y'all can think I'm crazy. I don't mind. I'll be the crazy one. But I just had to share. It was important to me, and I feel like it's gonna be a whole new adventure for my family, and I don't care if people judge me. I don't care what people think. You can think I'm crazy. You can think whatever you like. But I'm ready, and I'm excited, and if you're sitting there thinking I'm crazy, that's okay. That's fine. You know, no judgment here. But if you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, you know, I want to be in her challenge group. I want some of that inspiration. I want some of that motivation that she's got. I want some of that love. Then message me. I want you to message me. I want to change my health. If you're thinking, I want to change my health, I want to change my path, I want to change my life, you know, whatever the case may be, I want that support from other moms, other women. Then message me. It can change your life. It has already changed my life. I am on Facebook Live right now. Sweating and a little shaky, but I'm on here. It has already changed my life. And even if that's huge to me. It might not mean anything to anybody else, but that is huge to me. Okay? So I don't care if it doesn't mean anything to anybody else because it means something to me. And so if you're sitting there and you're thinking, yes, I want to be on that path with you, Paige. I want to do it. How do I do it? Then just let me know. Message me. I'm going to be starting the challenge group at the end of this month, and we're gonna do our workouts. We're gonna work on our nutrition. We're gonna support each other. We're gonna encourage each other. We are going to love on each other because that's what this is about. There is so much bad in this world. Why can we not create something good? Can we do that? I want to be a shining light. That's what I want these challenge groups to be. I want them to be a shining light in a world of darkness. Just to be there for each other and pick each other up when you're down. I mean, make their day better. That's what I want this to be. That's what it's about. So, end of the month, it's starting. If you want more info or if you want to know how you can join me, feel free to inbox me, text me, whatever the case may be. I would love for y'all to join me. I already have a few ladies signed up. And if you're ready, just message me. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know your goals. Let me know your struggles, your passion, what you want to get out of it. I want to know. Message me. I am ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. I can't even explain my passion, motivation, inspiration. I have tried, and I hope that y'all can feel it. I hope that y'all can feel what I'm feeling, and you can, and you will. So join me. Another one of the reasons, though, why I wanted to share at the beginning why public speaking is such a fear of mine, which I'm feeling a little bit better now, starting to dry out the sweat, you guys. But it's such a fear of mine But here's my thing. I felt like, okay, public speaking, I'm definitely terrified of it. But if I'm going to ask all these women, all these ladies, moms, grandmas, aunts, cousins, uncles, whoever, all these people to be a part of this with me, and all these people to step outside of their comfort zone, then I should at least be able to do the same thing for them. So this is me stepping outside of my comfort zone for all of y'all. And for myself too, because it's all about personal development and, you know, growing yourself, being a better you. And then, you know, you go into gyms, you've seen it on Pinterest or Facebook or whatever, that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Y'all, can I get an amen? Because it does. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It does. So, if you're feeling inspired and you're feeling motivated, then, and you want to join me, I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. Message me, text me, whatever. Let me know. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope you have a super blessed night. Bye, y'all.